Hey, what up? This is your Mad Queen, Maude Garrett, giving you the spiel of what the freaking heck went down in the penultimate episode of Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 5, The Bells. Now, I'm going to need longer than 90 seconds because I have opinions, and like most of the internet who exploded like the secret caches of wildfire hidden throughout King's Landing as it was tumbling down, so does everyone else. So, okay, let's get to it. The episode starts with Varys doing his Master of Spies thing with his little spiders, who are being watched by Dany's army while she herself is mourning the loss of her best friend and the discovery that she's constantly being betrayed by those who should serve her. Jon arrives not a moment too soon, where Varys, who has literally gained status and survival by being a key player in this Game of Thrones, openly commits treason by backing Jon's leadership, thinking that Jon is going to be like, yay, I'll king this shit up, instead of being the painfully loyal puppy who's sticking by his bent knee. Tyrion dobs in his best friend, the best friend who saved him from his previous Lannister life, and Varys dies in the flames of Drogon, along with this exciting and forever unanswered arc of what was said to him in the flames that one time, but who needs fulfillment or answers now that this marathon has become a sprint. Dany, who's running out of reliable allies, gets furious at Jon for betraying her, aka doing something for himself for once. She uses intimacy as one last attempt to gain Jon's unwavering support moving forward, and even though he's been armed with the knowledge that she's his aunt for a while, it's only now that he finds it icky and backs away, leaving this rejection the catalyst for her turning to fear over love, which should have been a huge hint, J-boy, you silly muppet. Tyrion returns the favor of freedom to Jaime, releasing him from his capture to get back into the arms of his one true love, his sister, to try and save them both before shit goes down. Our favorite buddy cop duo arrive into the city and their revenge quests begin. Dany won't wait to start her killing spree and jumps on Drogon, who's now applying a battle strategy to his flight patterns after seeing his bro die, and quickly takes out the same weapons that used to be a huge threat that one episode earlier, but now are aimless toothpicks. The Iron Fleet is destroyed. The Wall Scorpions are destroyed. The Castle Battalions, done. This dragon is now completely and utterly indestructible. Jon's leading the Unsullied and Northern Army to face off against the Lannister army, the one that Cersei believes will fight with all of their might for her, and then they drop their swords and surrender. The bells ring, indicating a full city defeat. The war is completely done and over, and Dany has won with minimal casualties, and the people that she vowed to save over 7 seasons and literally up to 7 minutes ago, in fact, she said that mercy was her plan, are safe. So naturally, she decides to go full Mad Queen. You never go full Mad Queen. While she goes on a catastrophic massacre, abandoning her thoroughly established morals, Grey Worm chucks a spear, into the surrendered army, starting another moralless bloodshed, much to the aghast of Jon, who suddenly has absolutely no control over his insanely loyal army. You see him completely lose faith in the one that he dedicated himself to and becomes a pile of remorse and regret. The best guy is always the worst at the Game of Thrones. The writers decide to flip the antagonist so abruptly that here we are now feeling sorry for the woman that we've been led to hate over the entire arc of the show. Cersei's here showing vulnerability and gets her ideal ending when she's reunited with her true love, brother, and instead of a satisfying death, she and Jaime smell what the Rock was cooking and get Barney rubbled. Whilst the city is collapsing, the Hound sees his undead mountain of a brother and Clegane Bowl is on. This anticipated showdown is reminiscent to a boss battle in Mortal Kombat, complete with interactive environment, picturesque backdrops featuring a still raging Drogon, and extreme violence. Why the eyes? Much like Dany's rage out, this goes on for a bit too long, with seemingly no way to end it, so Sandor takes out Gregor by bursting through the high city tower walls, plummeting into a fiery cloud of death. Fire being the thing that the Hound feared and hated the most, until it became his brother. So symbolic. Arya's trying to get free from the fallen city of ash and chaos, and the writers use her point of view to show us the consequences of Dany's actions. We see women and children burning, the charred remains of people, and visually this is completely stunning. The cinematography, score, and act really is something here, albeit the nonsensical writing and character plot holes. Artax comes out of nowhere to rescue Arya Treyu, who seems to be adding a new queen to her kill list, and is sure to fill Sansa in on the events. Now with only one episode to go, what do you think's gonna happen? Will it all end with Johnny versus Dany, aka Fire versus Ice? Do you think the show did a good enough job with how they handled Cersei and Jaime's death? Did this show finally reveal the true antagonist, and do you buy it? Are you also surprised that Rocks killed more people than the Night King did? Thanks for listening to my thoughts. I'm sure you've got them too, so let's get spoilery in the comments below. Rate this episode and subscribe to Geek Bomb because nearly 100,000 subscribers is not acceptable, so bend the knee.